know, being in here. Can't you believe that tomorrow is like the last day of the year? Touch yourself, kid. I was thinking about the guys, my old friends, my old friends. They're kind of like my brothers, and we did a lot of stuff together. And I thought about them. That day goes by, I don't think about them. That day goes by, I don't think about all the stuff we used to get into. I remember every time we get back from doing something, talk talk. He would always be like, "Well, guys, job well done." My my, let's just say I'll call the other. I'll call him. Actually, I can still call him Miles because that ain't his full. That wasn't his full name. But Miles, he was always like, "Oh, don't sing it again. You're going to sing it again." And then I forget. Doc would always sing this little thing he learned when he was in Hawaii. I forget. I forget that. But like after that, we just be sitting. And this was back when we had Skype. There was no Discord back in the day. We just sit there and be like, "Well, that was awesome." Talk was always the cool, like the calm one of us all. He was like the calm. He was like a calm big brother to us all. Miles, Miles was the dude that would always get snippy with you, like nonchalantly, but he'll like remember. He would remember little. He'd remember little things. He would be like, "Oh, Bugsy, remember, you still got like, you still gotta work on this." And I'd just be like, "Yes." I'd always kind of be insultingly calling him like, "Yes, mom," because he was always count. He was the biggest busybody I ever knew. Jake, ball of fucking rage, but loyal to the end. Some people may say, "Oh, because they called, because sometimes they call me boss. That means like they were employees of mine." No, that was more of a term of endearment more than anything else. They were my brothers. They were always my brothers. Sucks not having them around. I got, I got my pal. I got my pal Anon G. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name because he chose his call sign to be his actual name, which was something I don't do. But Anon G is still around, and me and him still, you know, get into chicanery. Just not the old chicanery we used to get into. But Anon G came to me one day and he said, man, we may not get up to the usual shit we used to get up into, but I think that's okay. I think the three of them would have wanted it that way. And I just said, "You know what, G? That makes sense. They probably wouldn't want us to cause a bunch of hullabaloo nowadays." Yeah, I said hullabaloo. But, and Anji chuckled at that. I was like, and he's still wondering what he's going to do with the channel. And now that we're not going after Mac because he apologized to me, but he still has one thing he needs to do for the others. Again, we can't stop fucking. We cannot stop. We cannot stop pounding. Also, I want to say this. Rebel has no affiliation with Paladin. Folks, Me and Ananji don't know who that man is. Like, I don't know what anybody's been telling y'all, but like, I don't know who he is. G doesn't know who he is. None of my none of my none of my surviving homies know who this man is. So we're just like, but me and G, we're out of the game. Me and him want to focus on the stuff on our channels, the stuff we want to talk about. He wants to focus on talking about more other people who've done horrible things, and I just want to do more goofy shit like I normally do. Doesn't mean I ain't gonna pop out with a rant every now and again, like I do if I'm really pissed off, because I will. That's just me. I'm going to say it because my mouth is remorseless. Even the source says, my chaos is a vortex. But you know, it's all about when to use your anger, when not to use it. What Taka always taught me. I never listened to him until now. T, if you up there, know that me and G miss you. And yes, we're getting along. More so than we ever had. Even though even though I'm still teasing him no matter what I do, because he may call himself G now, but he's still a rabbit, no matter what. And I don't care. I feel I should talk about another person, but I won't do that. I personally I personally want to just focus on the shit that matters. My channel, my friends, my happiness and the happiness of my friends. That's all I care about. Been away from my ex friend though. Been away from my ex friend, and it really just made me think a lot more about why I do what I do. And it was always for them. I will always protect space and Rebel because I do treat them like siblings. They are like siblings to me. Hell, Space is like the little sister I ain't never had. I grew up with two big sisters. I grew up with two big sisters and a little brother. So I never really had a little sister. But I treat Space like one. And I do tone down some more of my, edgier jokes. Because, you save the edgier jokes for your other friends that you be hanging out with that know you like that. I've been putting off coming in here because, usually if I'm in here, like, guys, I also have an actual, like, arcade cabinet that plays a lot of different games. And even I gotta limit myself because because I'll play Monster Mauler all fucking day. I do not care. I will sit there. I will sit my ass down and I will keep playing. I won't stop. Like, and also I got the arcade Duck Hunt in there too, and I'm like, dude, no. Like, seriously, guys, you have no idea. You have no idea how much of a struggle it is now to make my videos now. Like, I'm like, damn. And also, that's Persona 4, so I'm like, I can play Persona 4. Fuck yes. The only thing I wish that this, this arcade cabinet that we have, I wish I could put my retro achievements in it though. Cause dude, it'd be so good because I gotta I got my retro achievements, but I got hooked up to my Nvidia Shield. So if I want to go achievement hunting, I gotta go. Right now, I got it plugged in my PlayStation 3, and I'm not 3, 5. I got it plugged in my 5, and I'm like, I feel the subtle pull, like, Bugsy, go play hardcore on freaking Contra Hardcore. You know you want to, motherfucker. You love a challenge. And I'd be like, no. Because for those of you that don't know, I have high blood pressure. So I try to keep myself in check. But sometimes I will play Gunstar Heroes or I will play hardcore and I'll be like, But also, I want to say this to everybody out there. I want to say this. Since my good friend, a good acquaintance, I want me to always have to be friends, but we need to hang out. But that magnificent dude himself, Billy Time, he actually, okay, he literally, since we have new stuff with Sega Channel, right? We are back in, we're back in business, proverbially. Because honestly, folks, I gotta be honest with you. I feel happy that I get to do Sega Channel Revival again. You have no idea how happy just me getting to do Sega Channel Revival again. Oh god, not Quackshot. But yeah. This isn't the one that I will. I was trying to find the one that I was gonna do for December, but I'm gonna wait until January and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it like old times. But I wanted to kind of do the voice and stuff before I go. Now I'm probably gonna just chill here for a little bit, Dude, I just realized this TV is always on. And it's never on anything. That's so weird. Wait. Let me just do my bit. Alright. I know y'all probably like, Bugsy, you don't have to do the voice. But I do, everybody. Next year, Sega Channel Revival comes back with a bunch of new ROMs that we got from the new ROM dump. New things like Garfield Caught in the Act, the Flintstones game, and even this Popeyes game that I didn't even know about. Things are looking good, but still, remember, this video and how I do everything is because of MUVR. I'm the only one that got MUVR because literally that whole Discord is on lockdown. I think you can try to get in by emailing the guys, but really, you can get in by emailing, but last time I checked, the Discord is on lockdown, so your mileage may vary. And let me just tell you this. The person who made Sega Channel Revival possible is Billy Time. I didn't make it. I am just a mouthpiece. No. You guys want to know something funny? So, okay. I have no idea why this happened. But this person, doesn't speak any English, right? But he copies my my description, because Billy Time's in my comments. We're usually having our usual back and forth you know about various parts of Second Channel Revival, and this dude copies my description and just talks to Billy Time because I don't know whether he was being like funny or he really was trying to like communicate to Billy Time. I don't know. I remember because it was during the whole. Was it when I was doing the James Bond thing? Was it James Bond Jr.? It was one of those things. And I don't know. He just copied, and I was like, bro, I don't know why he's in here because other than the retro games, I don't know if it was like Portuguese or freaking Spanish or some other language, but I was wondering why was he even like on my channel? Like I was really like curious. Because I doubt he understood what I was saying. I think he just saw the retro games and was like, this is cool. Which means that I have an appeal outside of the English speaking audience, but only because I got the games. Just like real life when I was a kid and everybody wanted to come over and see what Bugsy had. I didn't really like when I was growing up. I did have a few friends, but like legit, every kid just wanted to come over because I had the, as my dad would say, I had the newest, latest. So there's that. We got Bernstein Bears, Earthworm Jim, Earthworm Jim hints. Play Earthworm Jim. You need some help in Earthworm Jim? Play with the hints. We got Shining Force 2, Sonic and Knuckles, Wacky Worlds, which is just like Mario Paint. What just? Hold on. Oh. Someone's changing the router. I was like, what the I just let my shit just like offline for a minute. So it's gonna take a minute to get this video uploaded. So anyways, you're probably wondering to yourself, well Bugsy, why did you take this long to talk about Second Channel Revival when you were talking about your friends? See, here's the thing. I can be wistful, and you guys can get your video games. You just gotta chill. Like, here's the problem I have sometimes. I feel like I got like a bunch. I had like a bunch of subscribers who just wanted the Archie Sonic Online stuff, and I'm giving it to them. I'm gonna give it to them I'm gonna give it to them like a week into January. And that's what I want to do because like, okay, give me a minute, folks. Give me 1 minute. Sorry, folks. Had to take care of something. So you're probably wondering to yourself, well, Bugsy, so Bugsy, what's the problem with you? I feel like a lot of people tune in for like my Archie stuff, right? But like, really, I do that in character, and there's like a whole like story that connects to some of the stuff my characters do. And I do kind of understand when that you're here for the review, you're not here for the extra stuff. But what pisses me off is that even when I do stuff like Second Channel Revival or Archie, right? Everybody thinks like, oh, you're making this. One person said, and I use this explanation I use this example all the time. This person was literally like, can you make it now, 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 now? I literally let this person have it. I said, I'm not the one who makes it. I told this to the dude that I made the Archie comic. Bro, I can only make like AUs and freaking what if videos. Man, like, I can't make a full comic. But I basically said, you can't really. I'm not the one who makes the comic. You can't be rushing people and all this other stuff. I don't know. I probably made that person feel bad. But it's like, how, what sense would it make for me to show people this, call it a review? Like same thing with Second Channel Revival. The only thing the only thing I am really responsible for are the videos I make of it. I'm not really responsible for the creation, and I feel like Billy Time needs more of that credit. And I feel like, but I also feel like, sometimes when I posted it on Reddit, it felt like everybody was so gung ho and wanted to figure out how to get it on an EverDrive, how to do this, how to do that. It's like, bro, Billy can help you with that. I'm not the technical guy who put this together, you know? But most of the people were like, but how did you get this room? MUVR. That's what I say. Like, dude, I'll be like, well, and before you guys say anything, I do this with MUVR, okay? Focus on, like, if you're gonna ask me that question on Reddit, just know it is MUVR. But anyways, like I said, so you're probably wondering yourself, Bugsy, my dude. How do you? But how does it all make you feel? I mean, it kind of makes you feel like even though I say it, no one's really listening to say that I'm not the one that's giving people credit. You know, I'm the dude that's like wanting to show this because it's cool. It's something I grew up with, so I'm going to literally be like, hey, check this out. I call Billy like a super, mad genius because that's what's on his Twitter profile. But I call him that also because, dude, no one was thinking about Second Channel for real. Me, yeah, but I don't really have the technical know-how to get everything together. I got the technical know-how to fix a few things. But Second Channel was like beyond what I could even do. But when I think about it, when I see all this, I see the menu, I see everything. I'm like, my God, it's actually looking kind of cool. It's looking beautiful, actually. I'm really, really happy on how Second Channel Revival turned out because a lot of people were really curious about it because a lot of people are like, want to know how people back in the day played stuff like this, and I feel like Second Channel Revival is like the most valuable resource that we have. And I'm just really, really happy that like we have something like Second Channel Revival, and we have something like we got the Teleview Plus. And let me tell you, I'm happy that we got Teleview Plus. I need to do more videos on that, but I don't know how I'm gonna get that to work in here because MUVR is a front end, so I would love to get it to work in here. I would love to get it to work in RetroArch, which is what this is being used with. But but they got their own like clients and stuff, so I'd probably have to do it there, which kind of sucks because I really want to do it in here because aesthetically it'd just be perfect. But yeah, I mean, and you want to know something? You want to know something special? little fun fact about me and my history of Sega Channel. Okay, okay, I'm gonna show you something. Nowadays, people probably wouldn't care about this. Only us old timers and the people, only us old timers and the people who really care about this stuff would care. Now, like, you guys want to hear something? So, a certain Amy, Son Amy fan was always talking like, um, well, I would play some of the other Sonic games, but like Sega doesn't release them. When we got emulation that actually like really fucking works. I'm just like, a whole library is there for you to find and play. You just don't want to. Like, you know, I feel like that's for everybody because they don't think about that stuff. We got, usually I would go to the news link. I would go here, right, and see any new like contests that I could get into. But usually I'd either go here because usually it'd have like Animaniacs, and that would kind of reshuffle every month. So when a game wasn't there, you'd be like, I wanted to still play like such and such. I still wanted to play like Fantasy Star, the Fantasy Star I was playing because here's the thing, you would have a time you wouldn't have an actual time limit, but if you were a kid and you played anything for Sega Channel, you like the saves. I don't remember if they carried over, but like you only had like a month before they recycle out, so you'd have to beat the game in under a month, or the next game is gonna happen, and you'd have to you would have to do that. So me, I don't remember how I did this because I didn't beat Sonic 2 until way later, but I did remember beating Sonic 2 on here on Sega Channel, and literally I did. But that's when they had the little Sonic Mania stuff. But if you wanted that, but that's what they would call it. Like there'd be a little category called Sonic Mania, and they'd have like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball because that was the only thing they had at the time. Sometimes 3D Blast. We got Ghost. We got Echo the Dolphin, which is weird as hell. Has aliens and shit. X Mutants, Fatal Labyrinth, Ghost and Ghouls, Golden Axe 2, Green Dog, Gunstar Heroes, Kid Chameleon, which I never really liked, The Wily Wars, Mystic Defender, and Revenge of Shinobi, and my dude Sparkster. I think I might actually, like, anybody who actually cares about the character side of my channel, I don't know. I was thinking of adding Sparkster to my canon. I don't know. Thinking of doing that. Sometimes I would play columns, though. Honestly, I try to play Robotics Mean Beam Machine and, like, lose and get so mad about it. But we got Alien Storm. We got Altered Beasts. We got Sonic. We got Streets of Rage. One person actually said, like, what if, like, the Sonic movies become, like, the MCU of, like, Sega stuff? Or just Sonic stuff? I want to believe that maybe somewhere down the line we could actually get a reintroduction to the Freedom Fighters through the movies. I want to believe that, yeah. But, like, I don't think it's going to happen because, like, I feel like having them in Sonic Blitz, even if they're only in the cold right now, it was a struggle. or they probably just did it under Sega's nose or whatever. But I do hate how people be like, "Oh well, Bugsy. Well, Bugsy, the Freedom Fighters are not owned by Sega." And then we found out through court papers that they do own the Freedom Fighters. But still, other people are salty whenever my friends like Alex the Hedgehog or Zealous talk about it, because I'm like, they're like, no, it's not gonna happen. But like, what if the Freedom Fighters do come back? And I'm like, some people say like, Bugsy, you're wrong for this, but some people have said this to me like, no one's gonna riot. I'm like, I feel like the modern fans would riot. Because anything that isn't what they're used to, they'll fucking flip the fuck out. Like, they already don't look at this stuff because literally they just think it's old shit. Old shit that's relevant, but to them, old shit. Me, this is like a treasure trove. Like, literally, I'm in a room that I always wanted as a kid. Straight up. With couch. I mean, I could get the extended room mod, but I don't know. They'd have to freaking change up the capacity for how many games you can have in the program. But yeah. Do I think the Freedom Riders can happen in the movies? Hopefully. I want them to. And since, Sonic 3 is proof that they can rework a story to fit some people in that weren't normally in, maybe. I kind of want, to be honest, I really want the Freedom Riders to be in and just kind of explain them as entities only to the movieverse, and then like slowly incorporate them into the games. Because you can go with that. Because even Five Nights at Freddy's introduces stuff in the movies that then is actually more context for the games. So I'm saying they could do the same. But yeah. It's really, like I said, man, I'm going to be doing this again, and I'm just sitting here in this room talking about what I like. That's what's going to be the future. You're always going to get condo videos from me when I'm in character as Bugsy Prime. But you'll always get videos of me in here as just me. Bugsy No-Name. And remember, folks, Sega Channel lives. Next year, it's going to be fucking amazing. I won't be making a video tomorrow. Right away. I won't be making a video right away because it'll be New Year's Eve, but next year, it's going to be fucking crazy. I got a lot of things I need to catch up on, and we're gonna hit like that first week is gonna be. I'm gonna hit y'all with content. I'm gonna be like, think of me as a card dealer, think of me as the dude dealing the cards in poker, and I'm like, here's your cards, because that's what's gonna happen. But for right now, I'm just gonna sit here and play some Sega Channel. I'll see you guys later. I hope I wasn't too rambly. And remember, folks, Sega Channel lives. I'm not going to do an intro and outro. That's only for the other videos I'm doing. Like next year, intros and outros and even my disclaimer are coming back. So there's that. But for little videos, they won't have an intro and outro. They're just quick one and dones. But I shall see you all later. Peace.